Hey there, beautiful tribe. It's Bridget here, and talking about what happens when we take on other people's stuff, or what happens when we are not in right relationship with with our own healing abilities and/or our intentions for healing. I hear people very often say to me that they're afraid, that they don't want to take on other people's stuff. And I want to let you know something about taking on other people's stuff. Sometimes it's a part of a process of learning how to help someone, where you don't know where the lines are and feel like you're taking on other people's stuff. In the whole big picture of the world, we are all connected. And so taking on other people's stuff is nearly impossible because what people have inside of them also exists inside of us. And so a large part of taking on other people's stuff has to do with our fear. And it's important, really important, to acknowledge that. As a healer, I hear a lot of people who do healing work who are afraid of getting other people's stuff on them, or afraid of what to do if they call that in. And I want to let you know that if you are connected to Source and in a constant dialogue with Source, asking questions and understanding how to receive the answers, if you are in a right relationship with your reasons for doing healing or helping work, chances are pretty good that you're not going to be taking on other people's stuff. And if you do something that appears that you're taking on other people's stuff, there's something in that experience for you. So as a shamanic healer and a teacher, and as someone who's been doing this work for the last 20 years, I have learned that when people come to receive work or want to go through a process with me, that it's my job to be the container that facilitates, or be the person that is part of the container that facilitates a healing process. And that doesn't mean that I take on people's stuff or that I remove their stuff and take it into me. It means that I hold a mirror for what's possible. And as I hold a mirror for what's possible, anything that doesn't match that can come up, can be stirred up and come up so that we can clear it. As a mirror, I don't take it on, I don't play in it, I don't identify with it, I recognize it. And I allow myself to be a reflection so that I am not in a place of fear of taking on people's stuff. And so it's taken a while, and it can take a while, to understand that there's nothing in the human condition that isn't normal. There may be things that we're afraid of, there may be things that we're not comfortable with, and there may be things that we don't have experience enough with to discern what we should do. But there's nothing in another person's experience that isn't normal. We can choose to be with them or hold them in that space, or we can choose not to. Not everybody's scene, not everybody's situation is for you, if you're a healer, to handle, or you even as a friend. Knowing when and what is mine to work on and to work with in another person has been hugely, hugely helpful. So I encourage you, if you're in a situation where you're not sure if you're taking on other people's stuff, number one, check in with somebody who has as much or more experience as you do. And number two, take a look and see, should I really be doing this work with this person? Because it may be that that person's not a great fit. And then also ask yourself, what am I learning out of this? What am I learning out of this situation? And when you ask those questions, you move, or can move, from feeling like, I don't know what's happening. Am I having bad boundaries? Am I taking on people's stuff? To, okay, this is making more sense. There's so much that comes up when you are holding a space for someone else's healing process. Be sure that if you're in that role, or if you want to be in that role, that you're working with someone who can guide you or serve as a springboard or a sounding board for you, and that you are taking really good care of yourself. Because you cannot do good healing work and treat yourself poorly, or neglect yourself, or have bad boundaries. I hope this is helpful. I plan to talk more about this in the future. If you have a comment, I would love to hear it. Leave it in the box or hit reply and send it back to me. Thanks so much and have a beautiful day.